Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning business chat for June 30th. And we got a special call whipped up for you today. As you know, every Wednesday we have a director's mastermind call. And it seems like more times than not, great ideas come up on that call that translate into a presentation on this call. And I'm happy to say that my beloved partner and love of my life and my dear wife, Robin, was nominated to speak to us today on one of her specialties, which I have intimately learned, having been in relationship for almost 20 years, about conscious languaging. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Robin, and let you share what I've been learning, share with everyone here today.
Thank you, Gregory. And yeah, this topic comes up quite a bit when I work with people. And so several people have said, well, why don't you share it with everybody? So how many people, raise your hand, are familiar with the term conscious languaging? Several of you. I love it. So it's been fun because my background, just so several of you know, but some of you may not know, I worked with a company called Enlightened Leadership for several decades. And we taught kind of a combination of appreciative inquiry, which is forward-focused questions, and conscious languaging, which we're going to talk about today. So this morning, every morning, I read this little daily word from Unity. And today, the word was my words. I thought, well, how fun is that? And it says, my words create my beautiful, bountiful life. My words are powerful tools for good. They're the building blocks for the good I want to establish in my life and see in the lives of others. I infuse my thoughts and words with authority and send them into the world. I remain vigilant, in keeping my thoughts and words encouraging and constructive. So I share that because it was like quite the serendipity that showed up this morning for today's word on the daily word. And what is conscious languaging? And so basically, to keep it really simple, our thoughts and our words create our reality. And what is the reality that we want? So back in the Enlightened Leadership days, we had some guidelines before we started our program. And one of the guidelines was, if you hear anyone say anything that is less than empowering, you had the permission to throw a Nerf ball at them. And sometimes it got wild in that room because we're so many of us have been, we live in this world that has a backward focus that looks at what's wrong and what the problems are. We have grown up around a lot of judgment coming out of our mouths or other people's mouths. So basically, I want to talk about the distinction between man and animal and why that Nerf ball was so powerful. So when you think of Pavlov's dogs, stimulus response, right? You ring the bell, they salivate. You ring the bell, they salivate. Well, what's different between animals and humans? Is there's a stimulus, and what's different is, anyone want to share? Anyone want to say what the difference is? You can unmute. Yes, Jerry. You have to unmute.
We can make a choice. We can decide what comes out.
Beautiful. So the difference, you got it, Jerry. The difference between man and animal is when we get that stimulus, we have an opportunity to choose what our response is. And we don't need to be reactive like animals. Many times we do behave that way, unfortunately. So the purpose of the Nerf ball was to create awareness. It's like, oh, and so from the front of the room, I might say, not coming from judgment, because we don't ever want to come from judgment, because then we're doing the same thing. We're judging people. We want to come from a place of creating awareness of saying, would you like to say that another way? And how many times have you heard that, Gregory?
Yes, more than once.
So typically, and I've worked with several of you, I ask permission. I say, do I have permission to, to share something that might make it easier for you or, improve things? Because we get more of what we focus on. We get, our words and our thoughts create our reality. So what is going on in your words and your thoughts? And so that's why we wanted to talk about this and how it relates to our business. Because how often do we hear people? Well, let me just start out. When I started this business, as you know, I have an extensive background full-time in network marketing. I have an extensive background as a corporate trainer and facilitator. And I've been around the block a few times. I've heard a lot of things. And I watch myself all the time, but sometimes, we're all human. And I have this heightened awareness of my languaging and other people's languaging. And so I pay close attention. And sometimes it's a bit too much because I don't have permission. It's a stranger or whatever. And I just hear it and I go, oh my gosh, look what they're creating for themselves. But I can't share it, but with our team, I ask permission. And several of you that I've worked with know about what I'm talking about. And so when I'm working with someone and I hear things, well, let me just step back another step. The two most powerful words in the English language are I am. So I invite you to raise your awareness and to notice, what do you put after those two words? I am tired. I am sick. I am whatever it may be. Notice that and then catch yourself. So we used to say, enlightenment is catching ourselves off track quicker than the time before. So when you kind of can feel it about to come out of you and you catch yourself, you get to acknowledge yourself like, I caught myself. That's that moment of choice. It's that place of awareness where you were just about to say something that did not get you more of what you wanted. So let's say you are tired. What's a different way to say that? That is honest, but moves you where you want to go. Because we always want to use language that helps us, be honest, but also takes us where we want to go instead of where we don't want to go. It's that forward focus. So instead of saying, I am sick, can say, I'm feeling better and better every day. I am healing. I am getting better. I am noticing that I have more energy. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have any energy. Well, guess what you're going to get more of? It's amazing how powerful our language and our thoughts are to create our reality. So when I started this business, I vividly remember that I was saying to Gregory, oops, whoa, something just fell off my desk. I was saying, this is the most fun I've ever had. This is the easiest thing I've ever done. And many of you know that we've been in a lot of different companies. And this is the easiest thing I've ever seen in network marketing because people want what we have. And that's the belief I developed from the very beginning. What's your belief? Anyone want to share what your belief is about this business? You can unmute. Patty, you got your hand up. And Sarah, why don't you go, Sarah? Unmute and then we can have Patty. What's your
my belief about this business is that there's never been anything like it really in the history of mankind, because here we are free to choose our time, where we put our energy, and we're helping people all the time. So it's absolutely an amazing business.
Okay, beautiful. Isn't that wonderful? So anyone else want to share? We have two more hands, Shannon and Heidi. Why don't you unmute and briefly share? Heidi, go first and then Shannon.
Thanks, Robin. I love that I prepared this little I am statement from a couple weeks ago when you were having that powerful moment. And I put it on a piece of cardboard, whatever was close to me right at that moment. I have no idea where I got this piece of cardboard, but it's been good enough to last. And it says, I am an earner of income of, and then I put the dollar amount per week by sharing, sampling, educating, and connecting 3 individuals each day. And that was from the Lifewave Connect with Emily Hollingshead, and I can't remember the name of the blonde gal that was a senior
Onyx?
presidential director. She
Uh-huh.
said that you could do 3 a day. And I thought, if she can do 3 a day, I can do 3 a day, because I used to be in the network marketing company that she was from 12 years prior. So then I put 3 individuals each day with a single patch product of Lifewave patches from 12 patch samples of X39, X49, Energy Enhancer, Silent Nights, Alabita, Nirvana, YH, Eon, Glutathione, Carnosine, Ice Wave, SP6 Complete, and AccuLife for 12 months focused marketing from January 2023 as a female mother athlete, a parent co-lactator, an airplane pilot license student, a partner and couple, which I'm not yet, just so you know. That one's like for April of next year. I'm in my intentions. I'm a mother and a daughter. I'm a looking for a father figures, and it just continues all the way down. And then it ends. I am committed to 12 hours per day.
This is brilliant. And how often do you look at this and read it?
3 times a day.
Okay, so there's a clue. You go, girl. You know, it's so powerful to affirm and feed your mind with what you want more of. And that was a beautiful example. I think Shannon wanted to share something. Let's
Yes,
keep it brief, okay? Thanks.
absolutely. You know, I wake up each day, and when I step out of the house, I remind myself who I am. And people are looking for solutions from a trustworthy person, honest with integrity, get results. So I walk out the door knowing that people are looking for me. And it's just like we were saying earlier about setting intention. The people are coming to me, and I don't have to make this hard. Keep it simple.
Keep it
So-
beautiful. Thank you. We'll take one more. Kate?
Thank you. What I'm finding is that speaking about what we do and opening conversations is the most organically natural thing I've ever done.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's what I've said to myself. You know, I grew this organically. It was the easiest thing I'd ever done. And so I want to invite those of you that may notice you have some less than supportive thoughts or words that come out of your mouth. Who would be willing to share one of those? None of you have any negativity that lives in your mind or come out your mouth?
I can
Oh,
share.
I can do it. I can do
Okay.
it.
Okay. Who is that Connie?
Yeah.
Okay, go
So
for it.
my worst thing that I do for myself, and I catch myself all day, every day, is I am so busy.
Beautiful.
And then I have to stop myself because I mean, I could get something to cancel and 2 things fill the spot. That's just me manifesting myself being overly busy.
Okay, this is a great example. Thank you so much for sharing that. How many of you have said that to yourself? I am too busy. I am busy. You know, is busy what you want? Versus what do you really want? Is I have enough time to do what's most important. How many people say, I don't have the time, I don't have the money? You know, I have enough money to do what's important. I have enough time to focus on what's important. Pay attention. Julianne, you want to share?
The
Unmute
two
your
words that get me stuck is I can't or it's hard.
Great. Thank you for bringing those up. And I think every one of us has those in our mind that sometimes come out of our mouth, sometimes don't. So what would be a better way that would be more empowering to say those? This is hard. Go ahead.
Yeah, the first thing that came to mind is that instead of saying I can't, with each thought, with each moment, I'm growing and expanding.
Beautiful.
And all. And then if it's hard, it's okay. identify that it's hard, but now I'm going to say things are coming more swiftly and easily, and I'm retaining the education and the knowledge of it. And then I kind of reinforce that.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much for that, because so many people live in both of those. And so this is your personal work. This is all of our personal work to become aware, because until we're aware, we do not have the power to change it. And a lot of those things, you know, that we grew up with, like not good enough, you know, not smart enough, not thin enough, not blah, 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 blah. You know, they were embedded in many of us from people of authority, and we bought into it. But guess what? We don't need to own it, but it takes a muscle, and you got to develop that muscle that says, you know, I am smart enough to do this and to be very successful. I can do this. Every day, it's getting easier and easier. We don't want to lie to ourselves. We want to move it in the direction. And sometimes it's, you know, like, let's say, you know, this is hard. Until recently, you can put that in front of things. Until recently, that was hard. And now it's getting easier and easier. So we got a whole bunch of hands up. Let's go Beth, Sunshar, Rose, Casey, and then Julianne. Beth, you want to unmute? This is really helpful, everybody, for you guys to be sharing. Go ahead, Beth.
When I encounter something hard, I always call myself a lifelong learner. I'm going, oh, this is going to make me younger because I have to learn. So, I turn it around that way and go, more to learn, always something.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And, you know, Beth went through a challenging situation for several months earlier on in this year, and I got to work with her closely. And I watched her do that over and over again. And it was so beautiful that she was, you know, choosing what was going to really help her get where she wanted to go and not focus on those things that had happened or whatever. So, you know, great job, Beth. Sunshar, you're next. You want to unmute? Okay, there you go.
I learned through the Bob Proctor material some years back. I am so happy and grateful now that.
Beautiful. I hope everyone writes that down. I am so grateful and happy now that. And then watch what happens. Notice that I am and what goes after it. Really, you know, if I could impart anything in you today, it's to really pay attention to the I am and what you put after it, and then catch yourself off track and choose something that is more empowering if what you said wasn't empowering. Okay, thank you so much for that. Casey.
When I first started with Lifewaves, I had no idea of what an MLM was, network marketing, never been in one, didn't know what it was, had to look up the definition. And then I thought, oh my gosh, what have I gotten into? And then when I hear everybody on my team has been in multiple MLMs, I thought, okay, I can't do this. I can't. There's no way I can compete with all
I
these.
can't do this. Okay.
Right. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's so much to learn. These people know everything. I know nothing. And then I thought, wait a minute, I am a somewhat smart person. Of course I can learn this. So I have been picking everybody's mind that I can. Please help me. Please help me. Show me how to do this. Tell me how to say this. And I'm doing it.
Yes. So the I can't got replaced, that I'm doing this. I am doing this. That is beautiful. And, you know, all of us start somewhere. And John Ward on our director's call was saying the people that have been most successful in the accountability work that he's doing are people that have no network marketing experience. Become a student of the profession. And as you've heard us say many times, this is a personal development program with a compensation plan. And if you're willing to do your personal work, it will directly affect your business. And that's why this piece is such a crucial piece. It's simple and it's not necessarily easy, but it will get easier and easier over time as you become more and more aware of what's going on. So who else wants to share? Is this helpful to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And my invitation is really about your own awareness, because from that place you can choose anything. But if we live as animals, stimulus response, and we do it the way we've always done it, we're going to get what we've always had. So how about doing it a little differently and practice? Just be conscious and practice, have a heightened awareness of what your thoughts are. So many of us grew up with some limiting beliefs, and they got embedded pretty deeply. And how are we going to get beyond those into like, I am enough, I have everything I need to be successful, I can do this. Okay, Beth, did you want to say something else because your hand's still up, or are you finished? Okay, I guess you're done. All right. So how do we move forward with this? What are some things that you're going to start telling yourself and sharing out loud and sharing with your people about this business? Who wants to start? Sunshower, do you have your hand up again?
I do, but I kind of jumped the gun.
Okay.
I just do want to share this because I came from a victim place, and I would say things that were negative and unempowering. So this is back in like 2001, and I had such a strong mentor that what I ended up doing when I found myself saying something negative is I would stomp the ground 3 times and just tell myself, stop. And I just caught myself. It was like jarring to myself. So
that's actually beautiful. It's called a pattern interrupt. You were aware in that moment that what was coming out of your mouth was not empowering. And you can envision me throwing Nerf balls at you, every time something's coming out of your mouth that's less than empowering. Because people in my world that I work with know that I come from this place, but I do ask permission. It's a bit challenging for me because I'm so hyper aware, and it's so prevalent everywhere. It's not always my job to correct people. So, if you're working with your team, do always ask permission. Yeah. So Darlene, then Connie, then Heidi, then Beth. Okay, Darlene, go ahead.
Okay, I will start telling myself every day that I have more than enough time to get done the most important things.
Beautiful. Because, time and money are the 2 most limiting statements that people make. I don't have the time, or I don't have the money. And guess what? Neither of them are true unless you make them to be true. Thank you for that. Connie.
I had, some of you have heard me say this. I had a friend years ago that said, be careful whatever you ask for. When you ask for it, always end with joy and ease. So my mantra for a while now has been, years I think, has been, I am abundance, I am success with joy and ease. And she says, because when you ask for it, you'll get it, but it may be hard, it may be awful. So she said, you always have to ask for it and then add with joy and ease.
If joy and peace is what you want, go for it.
Joy and ease.
Ease. Joy and ease. Oh, great. Ease. Who doesn't want joy and ease, That is a wonderful thing to continue to affirm. And I say, and results better than I ever expected. I have my list of who I want, the qualities and characteristics, and better than I ever expected. And it's amazing who shows up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Casey, did you want to go next, or was that Heidi?
That was Heidi.
Okay, Heidi, go for it.
I am worthy of profiting from assisting people with their bettering their own personal health. And I had to give myself permission a week ago Tuesday when I had a toe reading, and I'd never had a toe reading before. It was with a hypnotherapist. And she says, Heidi, you are limiting yourself, giving yourself permission. She says, you don't have doubts in your ability. You have doubts in giving yourself permission to do what you know you can do. And I went, oh, you're so right. I'm going to give myself permission every morning when I wake up.
That's a powerful awareness. Powerful. And that could be totally life-changing for you. Okay, who's next? Anyone? Okay, well, if you're ready to take this on, I just give every single one of you the homework to be hyper vigilant about what comes out of your mouth and to pay attention to what's coming out of other people's mouth. It's not our job to change people. If we're working closely with them, we can ask permission to raise awareness. And the term that I used in my seminars, which was very effective, is, would you like to say that another way? Because that was just, that awareness tool, like throwing a Nerf ball at someone, of saying, there might be a better way to say that that's more empowering. Because that's what we're wanting here. We're wanting, you've heard Gregory and I talk about network marketing and how we love it so much and how we call it a greenhouse. It's a safe place. And my love and my passion about this profession is this is the safest place I've ever come across for each and every one of us to grow into our potential. And I can guarantee that whatever your learning edge is going to show up in your face in this business. And if you're willing to do the work, the rewards are beyond your expectations. They are extraordinary. Financial reward is one little thing, but, feeling at peace. I don't know if Victoria's on the line yesterday, but or to this morning, Victoria, let's see if you're here with us this morning. But we had a nice, yes, you are. We had a lovely talk yesterday, and she said she went to this event and she left there feeling more peaceful than she'd ever felt. Who would want to feel more peaceful? Well, when we let go of the limiting thoughts and the things from our past that are the baggage, not the luggage, you go on your trip with the luggage, you don't want the baggage. You want to let go of the baggage, those restraining forces, those things that, make it harder. In our culture, we want to get from here to here. We're in a car, we want to get from here to here. We put our foot on the gas, but our foot is still on the brake. What if we let go of the brake and the restraining forces, and big restraining forces in our lives are our limiting beliefs, what our thoughts and the words that come out of our mouth that create our reality. So my invitation to everyone is to have fun with this, be aware and reward yourself, compliment yourself every time you notice that something is coming out of your mouth that is less than empowering, and you caught it. That's enlightenment, that you caught it, like Sunshower just shared, and she stomps her feet, and that's like no, I'm not going that direction. I'm going to move in a different direction. And you replace it with a thought or words that are much more empowering. So we have just another minute. Any other final comments from anyone about this? Well, I hadn't even looked in the chat section. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Let's see. I am too busy, more than any other phrase every day from almost everyone in my life. That, we do hear that. I can do hard things. We all can. What if we can do hard things easily? Thank you, Rita. Now I see how I can be supportive to these friends and colleagues by helping them with this, by helping them see how they're creating more of what they don't want. And again, we always want to ask permission, because it's not our job to try to change people. It's to create that awareness so people can make better choices. Let's see. I can, I will, I am. Let's go. All right. I am smart. I am doing it. Love it. Yes, this is helpful. Thank you. I love hearing all the hints experienced MLMers have. They sure help me learn how to do this business in the most efficient way. I already have the love, trust, honesty. I'll just have to partner with it all. Thank you, Casey. Casey, we've got all the tools. If you just use the tools, you can have success way beyond your expectation, such beautiful shares and so helpful. Love getting all the language. That's awesome. Okay, so any other final comments from anyone? This has been, it's something that's can be so simple, and it's so incredibly powerful, is catching ourselves off track quicker than the time before. Because when you hear it coming out, the sooner you can catch it in here or on the way out, but catch it. Stop it, restate it, in an empowering way and watch what happens. Okay, no other final comments from anyone?
Robin, I'll make a final comment, and it came up a little earlier. Somebody mentioned about, you were talking about the industry, and I want to share something I learned early on, which kind of bulletproofed me from all the negatives people say, is this MLM? One of my mentors is one of the pioneers of our profession, John Milton Fogg, and he said, network marketing is the next logical evolution of the free enterprise system. And, great things are resisted, violently opposed before they're widely accepted. And many of us widely accept it, but we still have people that are opposed and maybe even violently opposed to it. But, we're in a beautiful space. We're in a beautiful company and a beautiful profession, a beautiful business model. And it doesn't get any better. It's kind of like died and gone to MLM heaven with Lifewaves. So thank you, Robin. What a beautiful call. And thanks for the gentle reminders of, can you say that another way?
Yeah. And
Gregory, could you repeat the quote, network by John Milton Fogg?
Network marketing is the next logical evolution of the free enterprise system.
Thanks.
And honestly, when someone has a judgment about our profession, I know that they just don't understand it. Judgment usually comes from ignorance. And I would say, please help me understand, why do you ask? And I come from a neutral place, and we could do a whole nother call on that one. But I just know that people don't know what it is, because this is a dream lifestyle business. We have the freedom to do what we want, when we want, with who we want. And how many businesses do you get to cherry pick your business partners? And I say, pick ye wisely. There's some people, I don't accept whining. I don't accept victims. I don't want them on my team. And notice this amazing community we have. You don't hear people whining or complaining, do you? You don't hear victims on our calls. We have an extraordinary community here because each one of you is choosing very special people. So thank you everyone for being with us today. And I hope this was of value. And I'm excited to hear you practice and share your gleanings on our future calls, and share them with me, because this work can change your life very simply. But make sure you pat yourself on the back when you have that awareness, because that's enlightenment happening. Thanks, everybody.
Robin, I noticed Carolee had her hand up. She might have a closing comment for us. So go ahead, Carolee.
Thank you. I just wanted to share this. I joined Dr. Joan and Dr. Nicholas's success emails in addition to the other emails. And today's was about the economy of network marketing, and it was so powerful. So if anybody wants to join that, I don't even know how you do it, but maybe you can share how to do that. It's amazing. It was really good.
Oh, good. Well, thank you for that. You send an email to drjoan9@gmail.com if you're not getting that weekly email from them. Sometimes it's more than once a week. They have the, Dream Builders call on Wednesday, and just ask to be joined to the email list. Okay?
Yes.
Beautiful. And so I think it's Dr. Joan and not Doctor. Okay, Heidi put it in there. Yeah, drjoan9@gmail. Okay, wonderful. Well, thanks everyone. Have a fabulous day, and know that it can be better than you even expect, because you are aware and you are making those wonderful conscious choices. You get more of what you focus on. What do you want? Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a
great
day.
Robin.
Thanks, Gregory. Great job.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Great training. Thank you.
Super training. Thank you.
Love it.
Thanks for your
Bye,
time.
Rebel.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Robin.
This is
Thank you.
valuable.
Gregory, you're
Bye.
awesome.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful
This
day,
was
everyone.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.